So this is the presentation of my Planv versus actual of yearly year-3rd 2025 to 2026. So this was my plan. So plan of my math is I will do in class. I will complete.
Okay, you are facing math.
Math is coming.
Yeah.
So in math, my plan was to complete class 7, 8, 9 and 10. And but actually I completed only class 7 and 8. In 8 chapter in 8 class, one chapter is left. And in English reading, my plan was to complete 3 books. First, The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, Think and Grow Rich, and The Atomic Habit. But in the module 4th, I changed the book. Instead of Atomic Habit, I chose The Psychology of Money. So I completed 2 books. In 3 books, I completed 2 books, The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari and Think and Grow Rich. But in Psychology of Money, 134 pages are left. Reason because of health issue and laziness and procrastination.
Wait. I have to advance with them. Health issue.
I absent 2 months.
2 months
Continuously. And between how many times, I don't know.
What have you done in that 2 months?
I did not done any academic things. I did not study.
Did you?
I study physics wala.
You do
not
study.
Chapter 5.
Did you do any
class 5.
flow fight and thin on that time?
No, in the starting I did not used to watch the mobile. But
In that 2 months.
Yeah, in that 2 months in the starting time. But after that I used phone. But then I watched some videos, and then after that there is one ad came of physics.
Okay, I know.
And you also did that.
Yes.
So
Okay, but Thamara of your laziness and Thamara of slow fighting.
Procrastination or slow fighting. Laziness and procrastination. Like if I completed one chapter of math, but in solving numericals, I don't want to solve math questions. That's why I just said, okay, I will do later, and that's why it is not happening. So this was the reason. So solution. What I will do for this reason? So do first goal, then I have 3 goals of math, science and English. And I planned of that also. So I will complete first my goal, and then I will do another activity. And for health issue, I will eat food properly and drink water. So this was the presentation of Planv versus actual of yearly. Now I am going to give. दिखाता है अभी दिखा रहा था. So now I am going to give presentation of current year goal of year-3rd 2025 to 2026. So this is also the same yearly goal of math. I have to complete class 7, 8, 9 and 10, but I completed only class 7 and 8. In English reading, I have to complete 3 books. The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, Think and Grow Rich. And
you are right in there, you complete 8 and 1 chapter is left. Why you are saying 8? Class 8 is complete.
In class 8, 1 chapter is left. Last chapter is left. I did not complete that. And actually, in English reading, I have to complete 3 books. The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, Think and Grow Rich, and The Atomic Habit. But instead of Atomic Habit, I chose The Psychology of Money. So, but I completed 2 books.
With meaning or without meaning? With meaning or without meaning?
Which one? The Monk Who Sold His
All
Ferrari.
both with meaning or without?
No, without meaning. With both books, I did word meaning. Maybe no. The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, maybe some pages are left, but in Think and Grow Rich, I did only maybe 22 or 23 pages of word meaning.
Okay. Continue.
So reason is also same because of health issue and laziness and procrastination. And solution is also the same. Do first goal and then do another activity. Eat and drink properly. Eat food and drink water properly. now I'm going to do another presentation of my learning outcome. So for learning outcome, this is the presentation of my learning outcome yearly, year 3rd 2025 to 2026. So in this presentation, I will talk about ROTI, return on time investment. So expenses, sorry, this hour is, so yeah, here I will, this hour is wrong, I have to correct it. But outcome, first I will talk about, here is I will talk about some points of qualitative, what I learned, and in math what I learned, and in science what I learned, and in Ramayana what I learned, and in grammar what I learned. So qualitative, I learned my learning speed was 36 minutes, but now it is 26 minutes and maybe 26 or 27 minutes. Math time is better, like I don't want to do math maybe 1 hour, 2 hours, but I can do now 3 hour, 4 hour. And speaking is better than before, like in presentation, in review presentation, usually I speak in English, and automatically if I am going to start my presentation of review, so I automatically start speaking English. And seriousness about math complete, like in this last week, in before, not this, in last week, like in model 4th, last 2-3 weeks I started to be serious about math complete because of for complete class 10th exam. And I learned how to make presentation on Microsoft, and apply salvage, like I apply like in my house problem I apply that, and be calm in difficult situation. And I learned in math, like I learned how to find cube root by prime factorization. I learned simple interest, how to find area of cube, cuboid, cylinder, and I learned exponents and powers. This is a chapter name. And I learned direct and inverse proportion, and I learned rational number. What is rational number? Properties of rational number, and how to find area of triangle, pentagon, hexagon, trapezium. And I learnt about algebraic expression, addition, subtraction, and multiplication. And I learnt about monomial, binomial, trinomial, and polynomial. And I learnt sales tax, value added tax, goods and services tax, compound interest, and find percentage of ratio, amount, principal, discount number, and discount percentage. I learned in math this all. And in science I learned process of churning, mixer, decantation, evaporation, sedimentation, sieving, threshing, winnowing, magnet separation, hand picking, filtration. And in the starting chapter I learned what is science, and living, non-living, movement, growth, product, reproduction, breathing, breath, stimulus and response, condensation, evaporation, freezing, gas, humidity, liquid, melting, solid, water cycle, water vapor. And I learned temperature, measuring temperature in temperature, clinical thermometer and mercury thermometer and laboratory thermometer. So these are three part of thermometer. Sorry, 3 type of thermometer. And measuring scale, in measuring scale like degree Celsius, Fahrenheit scale, Kelvin scale, and I learned about air temperature. And in science I learned about classification, hard, soft, soluble, insoluble, mass, volume, lustrous, non-lustrous, opaque, translucent, transparent, matter, material, linear motion, circular motion, oscillatory motion, classification, transparent, and opaque. I learned in science. And now I learned in Ramayana, don't be greedy. Like I learned in Ramayana, don't be greedy, don't get angry, respect to all, do not think next person is inferior. Like do not think which is front of you, means do not think that person which is front of you, that is inferior from you. And resourcefulness, and do not be superior. If you have power, so on that time also you don't be superior, just be normal. And do not do fight first, Be serious on study time. First listen and then react. Be normal in all situations. Do respect. Be honest towards relationship. Talk with polite. Don't run away on difficult time. Without any complaint, do work itself. First do not angry in all situations. And take care of our elders. Be creative. Accept our mistakes and fulfill your promise in any situation. So this is the learning which I learned in Ramayana. And I learned in grammar, I learned in science I learned sentence, what is sentence, subject and predicate, direct and indirect object types, declarative, interrogative and imperative and exclamative sentence. So I learned in grammar this one. So this is my learning outcome presentation. So now I am going to give presentation of personal growth. So this is a presentation of personal growth of year 3rd 2025 to 2026. So this is the flow of the presentation. So I am going to talk about in this presentation my personal vision, what action I am taking towards it, what are my top 3 value, what are the top 3 rules I am best at, and what are the top 3 rules I face difficulty to apply. So my personal vision, so I want to become independent so I can fulfill my wishes, and I want freedom. So this is my vision and what action I am taking towards it. So I want to become doctor, so I am doing study for this. And like this model, I target to complete it. Like in last model, in model 4th, I target to complete it class 10th, but it was not happened. So now in next year I will try to, in next model I will try to complete class 10th. And in earlier I want to open this is of yearly presentation, so I put it all. So in earlier I want to open early childhood education. So this was also, so for this I try to spend so many times with little child like Vera. So this is what action I am taking towards it, and what are my top 3 values. So I try to be same behavior with all people. Means I do not think that person is inferior, that person is superior. I try to be same. I try to do same behavior with all person, with all the people, and do not steal. Second is do not steal, and third is I do not bully anyone. And what are the top 3 rules I am best at? So first is I do not steal, second I do not bully, and third I do not feel shy or insecure about my height and color. And what are the top 3 rules I face difficulty to apply? So first 0.47 Karmanyavadika. This is about about our karma, and means कर्मण्यवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्मफले तु भूमते शम्भोस्तु कर्मणि. So do your work, don't think about results. So this is sloka about that. And G6.35, so this is sloka about control our mind. And then third is I do not waste my time. So these are 3 rules which I face difficulty to apply. And my 3 strengths, so first I enjoy to do teamwork. like if I am making listening with Gopal Bhaiya, with ma'am, and so I enjoy to, in anywhere I enjoy to do any work with I enjoy to do teamwork. And I like to write in detail. Like in my goal notebook I like to write. Sometimes I feel bored, but most of the time I like to write in detail. And if anything where I have, and third is if anything where I have deep knowledge, so I can explain many times to another person deep learning. In deep learning, like if I have a deep learning of chapter of exponents and power, so I will, if somebody is asked to me anytimes like so many times, so I can explain without any frustration. And what my 3 weakness, so I cannot wake up in early. Second is laziness and procrastination, and third is angry and shouting. So what I will do for my weakness, so first about I do not wake up early in the morning I cannot wake up, so for this I will put alarm, and most of the time I keep a mobile phone nearby me, but I will try to put my mobile phone alarm far away from where I sleep. And for laziness and procrastination, so if any work is given to me, so I try to do not be lazy and just started to do that work. And for anger shouting, so be calm, and for this I will try to be calm in our situation, and in that situation, and I will try to do meditation also. So this is about personal growth. Now I'm going to give presentation of challenges. So this is about presentation of challenges yearly, year-3rd 2025 to 2026. So flow of the presentation, so here I will talk about 3 points. What was difficult for me, how did I try to solve it, and what do I still need help with. So what was difficult for me? So here are some points, like when I did my first presentation, that was difficult for me because before that I never used to do presentation, or I cannot speak I cannot speak on front of so much people. Maybe if there is only one people or two people, so I cannot speak there. And after 1 month, when I was trying to do 13-hour my time center, when I absent 1 month and then I try to do 13-hour time center, there I feel difficult. And do my time center in model first, in model second. After this is the same. This is same. And now control my mind to stay in center. After that I means my after when I came there from sickness from Gorakhpur, so I don't want to stay in the center. So there I feel difficult to control my mind for stay in the center. And do not do math solve. In model third I don't want to do math solve, and the same in model fourth also I do not want to math solve. But for both both are different, because in both I did difficult action. I take different action, not difficult, different action. And do time center in model fourth. So in last model, like in model fourth, there also I feel difficult to do my time center 13-hour. After 1 month I did many times 13-hour time center, but in model fourth I feel so much difficult to do time center 13-hour. And then I difficult to talk with video and SO, because that was first time, because I never used to talk with police officers. So when I go to talk about SO and video, so that was the first time, so that was difficult for me. And when my mother started crying in the jewelry shop, so there I also so there that was also difficult for me, because if someone is started to crying, so I cannot handle that situation. So that was difficult, and I said lie to my father. So that was because I means if I'm going to say lie, so that was difficult for me, because I never used to say lie to my father. And health issue also in the starting of model first. There I have health issue in model second. And how did I try to solve it? So for presentation, I did practice and try to do, and for timing center, and so I try to do start from 11, then 12, and then 13. For means starting in model second, try to do after 1 hour leave, I start to do timing center. So first I try to do 11-hour timing center, and then 12-hour timing center, and then I try to reach 13 hours timing center. So I did like that, and I achieved it. And for staying center, I struggled with my mind, but I still achieved only 12 hours. Then more than 12 hours and less than 13 hours. Sometimes it happened 13 hours, but but more than 12 hour I can achieve, it many times. And just started first to do math to solve, and if I started to do, then I can do more 1 hour, 2 hour, more than 2 hour, less than 3 hours. So first for that, like I said, I I write it there 2 times. Do math solve difficult. So for first math solve in model third, I just started that solution. I provide the action. I take it. So there I just on that time I just started to do math solve. And for the timing center, I try to do come before 5:30 a.m. in the morning, so I can do my 13-hour timing center. Sometimes it happens, sometimes not. Like in this model, in last model, in model 4, I try to come in the center before 5:30 a.m. because if I can like that, so in the whole day I can go my home 1.5 hours. So still I can do 13-hour timing center. So I try to do like that, and sometimes it happen, and sometimes not. For math solve, now I'm trying to complete first class and then I solve questions. Like in second where I write it do math solve. So in second, in model 4th, I take action towards it. I just completed one chapter, and then I started to do math solve. So if I do like that, so I did my math solve also I can do, and my so easily I can complete my chapter. And try to be calm, polite, and try to just focus on communication and answer of my questions which they are giving. Like I said, I feel difficult to talk with video and SO. So there I started to I just ask my question and try to be just there calm, and I ask my question and just I try to focus to listen what they are giving, answering of my question. And I want away from there for sometimes, like if she started cry, so for there, so because if someone is started cry, so I cannot handle that. So when she started crying, so I just went from there for sometimes, and then I come back and then I take her to home. And I already think what I will say, and I practiced also. Means when if I know I have to say lie to my father, so there I just there I already practiced what I have to say, and maybe 1 time or 2 times I already revise what I have to say, and then I say to him. And then take medicine on time and eat properly. This is the solution of health issue. And what do I still need help with? So do more practice and do loud reading. So it will help me to talk properly, and keep trying to do my timing center 13 hours. Try to wake early and first watch classes completed and then solve math questions and then move to another chapter. That is help that I will do next time also. And try to come early. This is it. And try to speak more for make confidence in voice, and be calm in difficult situation, and try to solve the problem, and eat food and drink water properly. So this is the presentation of challenges. Now I'm going to give presentation of my highlight. So this is the presentation of highlight of this year, of year 3rd 2025 to 2026. So I will talk about the flow of the presentation. So I will talk about 2 things: what went well and milestone and first times. So what went well? So my shyness and fear gone, and now I can talk in English, not much but little. And I do many presentations. It has helped me to practice on talking, and my writing speed is increased, not much but better than before. And my thinking is also good. My shyness and my fear gone, and now I'm trying to speak more than in English, like in presentation, and even if I'm talking sometimes with Gopal Bey, sometimes with man. And I'm trying to do creative writing, and now any work without fear I try to do. First I just take first step, and then without thinking of result. And sometimes I did more math in some week, like 4 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. and I try to do focus study, and this I did math more than 3 hours, and one time I did in last model, and I did one times 4 hours, and this model in 1 week I achieved my promise 5 days, and this model in last model which is coming this year also, and in 1 week my seva average is 1 hour, and I went 2 times in this year, and I went 2 times exposure trip in last model in model 4, and milestone and first time. So I did many presentation. I saw first time Gomti River. I went first time Lucknow and saw RTI Bhavan. Now I'm trying to apply G2.47, and I talked with manager and with someone in RTI Bhavan. Like there is one person there. I asked him about question related with education, and now I'm trying to apply this is it. And I did role of weekly in charge in this model, and I achieved my English planning of reading book, and in science and math also better. I achieved Means I achieved in model 3rd I achieved English planning. Like my plan was to complete one book of Think and Grow Rich, and I completed that book. And in math and science almost it was also better than before. And I did more math after a long time, like 4 hours. And I went first time to Thana and talked with SO, and I went first time to blog and talked with video, and I achieved till 4 hour math, and I solved question and answer in my own words as per my understanding in science. So this is the presentation of highlight, and now my presentation is in. So I give today 6 presentation.